We have a last-minute change in plans, so that's why I'm calling. We're canceling $300,000 worth of screws that we ordered from you. We've been accommodating all his ridiculous demands. I guess we have no choice if he cancels it.
Trouble Busters!
Since when they're completion, you look like you just want a little fun. I decided not to gamble until completion. My name is Tom. I'm the president of a specialized company that handles everything from the development and manufacturing of screws, bolts, and nuts to their installation. And right now, we're in the middle of constructing an office building packed with countless of our signature screws. It's finally that moment. Right now? No, we're nearing completion, so there's no way he'd demand a charge at this time. Hey, sorry to bother you when you're busy. No problem. We have a last-minute change in plans, so that's why I'm calling. What? But we're about to complete the building tomorrow. What could there be? Well, I'm going out of my way to call you because there's a change. We're canceling $300,000 worth of screws that we ordered from you. We found better screws. What? I don't get it. I couldn't help it. Couldn't help it? Are you really going to cancel it? Why would I lie about that? Hold on a second. You really can't do this to us this time. You've been accommodating all along. Why can't you just accommodate us again? Sure, we've been accommodating any change of plans all along, but that was only because the components weren't in use yet. Even before they're in use, they still cost, and yet we had no choice but to accommodate. This time they're already a part of the building. You can't. I told you, didn't I? It's a decision for the sake of improving the quality of the building, so I don't have a choice. There are things that can't be helped, right? I'm sure you understand if you're also a business owner. In that case, I beg you, can you at least use them at a different construction site? The screw we used this time is something that's not comparable in terms of price and effort from the previous ones. Other construction site? Yeah, sure. Don't worry. Next time. Next time isn't going to cut it. Not next time! I need something to be done about this immediately! I really beg you! This is the biggest business transaction we've ever had! If you cancel it at this point, it'll jeopardize our company entirely! What matters the most is the paychecks for my guys! I won't even be able to guarantee that if he were to really do this to us! Jeez, why is he making such a big deal over something like this? Aren't you an expert in this industry too? No matter what reason there is, we can't compromise the quality. You understand that, don't you? I've been making careful decisions to make the best choice. Therefore, there is no flaw in this choice. But can you at least consider the other sites? Huh? I can't hear you. Anyway, we already decided. Sorry, it's a day early, but Tom, you're done there. Okay, this is how you do things. Huh? No, thanks for everything until today. Huh, how dare he give a fuss?
Thank you for waiting. Come on in.
I'm coming in. I'd like to confirm something regarding the interior. I can't tolerate this any longer. He'd better cut out this crap. He caused so much trouble to us, including my guys. And even then, we've been accommodating all his ridiculous demands. And if he's willing to dump all of that like this, we're taking him with us. I'm not letting him get away with this. Trouble Busters! Guys, I need you to do me a favor. What is it? We're gonna proceed to the final step now. Go ahead and let out all your stress until now. Actually, rather than letting it out, we're pulling them out. I guess we have no choice if he cancels it. Mr. Collins, thank you so much for waiting. I've been excited about this day, and this will boost up my reputation again. All I need to make sure is to have the new vendor switch out all the screws before we completely hand off the building to our client. All right, may I see inside the building? Huh? Wasn't the building shaking just now? No way! There's no way the building would shake just because it's a little windy. Oh, okay. What? Oh no! It's moving like a metronome! No way! Is it an earthquake? No, it's only the building that's shaking up. What on earth is happening? Carter! Isn't the building supposed to be complete? Why is it shaking? I have no idea. Maybe there's a flaw in the installation. No way! I wouldn't let a mistake like that happen! Is the pile reaching the bearing satum? Yes, I'm sure! Then why is it shaking? I'm not quite sure. We can't hand off the building like this! The vendor who installed the screws must have done something! Even then, you're in charge of this site! You need to figure out what's going on as soon as possible! Okay! Mr. Collins, we're terribly sorry about this. This is really bad. What on earth happened? I don't get it. Everything was just fine until yesterday, right? The vendors that were here yesterday were the interior, and... that guy was here! Tom, weren't you guys the one leaving the site yesterday? You guys must have done something to the building. What on earth are you even thinking? Oh, you noticed? Of course I did. The building is wobbling every time a wind breezes. That's too bad. Stop joking around. What on earth did you do to the building? You'd better fix it. Why are you asking? We did exactly as you asked. What? We decided to collect every single screw that you decided to cancel purchase on. What? Why'd you do that? Huh, we just did as you demanded. Cut out the sophism. I need you to fix the building right now. But didn't you order different screws? Just install those and the problem should be solved. As a matter of fact, we did you a favor and saved you time so you won't have to unscrew them. At no cost, too. You should appreciate us. Enough with the joke. You said it yourself. I promised that we'd have you work on a different site, though. You're seriously lacking common sense, pulling out the screws that were already installed? Then let me ask you, when did you ever keep that promise? You're the guy who I trust last in this universe. What did you just say? Our partnership with Bustrub Corporation, a major construction company, had completely ended as of yesterday. Have a good day. How dare he! We haven't received the screws we ordered yet, and we still have to ask for the installment, too. This is bad. We don't have time. He's responsible for this, but I need to do something about this situation as soon as possible, or else the building will collapse. Showing up without an appointment, huh? How dare he talk to me like that? But I don't have a choice. I want to cancel the cancellation of the screws. Will you please install your screws in that building once again? Huh? Why? I never expected you to take back your own words like that. This bastard. Because you did something really ridiculous. It was you. Well, you don't seem too confident. Well, of course, you can't even report this matter to your higher-ups, can you? I'm gonna report to them that you unscrewed everything on your own! And how would that be seen as a problem? Our business only stands when you have a request for us. The screws you ordered new won't be shipped for a little while, and until then, you can't let that building there the way it is now. You should think before you say something. Stop acting so cocky! You're the one who's in trouble because you just lost a $300,000 business opportunity! I'm telling you that I'm willing to reinstate that contract and use those screws! You really think you can reinstate the contract when you're acting so arrogantly like that? You're the cause of this entire situation! Do you realize you've been strangling yourself? What do you mean by that? If I didn't have any grudges against you, I wouldn't have pulled out all those screws on that building. We've been so sick and tired of all the demands you were making even before we started working on that building. That's right, it wasn't just us. It was every company that was involved in that building. Are you saying that you don't like the way I run things? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm the executive project manager at that building, and I handle the $10 million contract. Without me, that building would have never been completed. It's the other way around. Because of you, the building couldn't complete. What did you just say? How much longer are you gonna act like a king? I don't mean to act like a king. I made that decision for the sake of completing my mission. How so? Then let me tell you this. You've been making so many changes to the plans that were agreed on, and you'd even insist that it had always been your initial plans, while you would ignore the fact that you're supposed to pay us for the additional charges for the changes to apply. You would specify certain materials for the components at the very last minute and make us take care of any fees to arrange those changes, even though you verbally agreed to have your company handle those expenses. And when we almost had an issue with the neighborhood, you had us handle the entire situation, too. Aren't you supposed to be the guy who's responsible for the building, though? Isn't it wrong that you had us handle the entire situation? I was just busy. It doesn't matter. It was your job to handle that situation. You were running the site all at your convenience. And why are you trying to dismiss your responsibilities at the critical moment? Don't you realize that you're only making others hate you by doing something like this? I don't agree. You're just venting. It's because you and your guys are being soft-skinned. You can think that way for the rest of your life if you want. I'm not going to fulfill your demands anymore. You reordered the screws, right? How many? The same number I ordered with you guys. But even if the quantity is the same, we've only had to spend 2/3 of what we would have spent on your screws. I've been able to save on the budget because of my talented... The same number won't do. What? It won't support that building. What do you mean by that? Our screws have one of the world's highest qualities, and it's even used at the spaceship development facilities. So what? If you're gonna use other screws, you're probably going to need about twice as many screws as you needed from our screws. That's not possible! Screws are all the same! They're not. You'll know when you actually try installing one. You can go ahead and try and see if a different screw would support the durability of that building or not. It's been meticulously manufactured under the calculation so that it would bring its durability to the max. It's a one-of-a-kind screw. What the heck is wrong with him? So cocky! But I hate this, but I don't have time right now. Damn it! You're exactly right. I knew something was different about your screws, Tom. Okay, and yet you canceled. I said I'm canceling the cancellation. I need you to reinstall them as soon as possible. Nope. I've been accepting all your demands just for the sake of protecting my company, but you completely crossed the line this time. Please leave now. I never expected him to be so stubborn. One-of-a-kind screw? Screw that! I'm sure there are similar screws out there. There aren't. There really aren't any! So this means that his screw is really one of a kind! I have no choice. This will be my final method! Carter reported to the company and his superiors that the building's swaying was caused by my reckless actions. He claimed, falsely, that they had recontracted only for the screws and hired another contractor to handle the installation. Wanting to avoid the worst-case scenario, Bus Trub Corporation seemed to prioritize repairing the building before pursuing responsibility. Whew! I pulled it off! I made it on time for the day of handoff, so I guess all is well now! Huh? Oh no! The building collapsed! Oh my goodness! The worst nightmare became real! The building! My building! But we made sure to use Tom's screws! Is it because the installment company did a sloppy job? You should reflect on yourself before you blame the vendor. Huh? Oh, Tom! At this point, I'm amazed with how you kept taking the wrong path every step of the way. This is all happening because of you. You better rebuild the structure. You're the one who finished off the building, though. I'm not responsible for this at all. Boss! This guy's the cause of everything! We need to punish him now! Who are you to say that? Huh? You said that it was because of the reckless actions, but I couldn't believe that Mr. Tom would have done that. I knew there must have been a reason behind this situation, so I decided to look through every document pertaining to this construction site. Yikes! As a result, I discovered that you ordered different screws first. That's a misunderstanding! I was just trying to take the best choice for the site! How is it the best decision to cancel the screws that were already installed? I now realize how reckless you've been. I wasn't being reckless. I was making the best decision. Stop giving excuses. It's displeasing. Oh, no. Mr. Tom, we're terribly sorry about this matter. Why are you apologizing to him? I'm apologizing on your behalf for all the rudeness. Look, I've been telling you all along that we need to value our partner companies. Even though we're a major construction company, it's not that we can conclude all procedures all on our own. Because of the expert companies that we work with, we've been able to work on large projects with our client companies. Our job is to manage the schedule at the site, logistics for the materials, delegation of the workload to our partner companies, and to build a sincere, productive relationship with our partners. What have you misunderstood? Misunderstood? You ended up with a false sense of superiority, getting carried away because of the size of our company, and that's why you're blind from the most important things. Without the partner vendors, the building will never be built. If they won't be built, it means that you won't even be recognized for what you do. My responsibility's way completely different from those guys, though. I'm burdened with what's worth $10 million because I'm the site supervisor. Who are you to talk about responsibilities? You stole screws from our company. He knew, but I made sure to have a counter plan. Stole the screws? What are you talking about? You and I came to an agreement at the end, and you shipped out the screws to reinstate the contract, remember? Here, I even have the new order form here, too. Isn't this just what you manipulated the first order form? I wouldn't do that! Because we reinstated the contract, we've been able to get your screws installed in this building! Tom's factory doesn't have any surveillance cameras. There's no evidence that I stole them. As a matter of fact, this order form will be the strongest evidence. I can pull this off! Well, actually, the fact that the screws here are our product proves the fact that you stole the screws from our factory! What do you mean by that? Before I answer that question, do you realize why the building ended up collapsing even though you reinstalled the screws? The vendor must have done a poor job! It really gets on my nerves when you blame the vendor baselessly, so you'd better stop! And that answer is because the screws are wrong! What? The screws you stole were something that's similar but completely different from the invincible original screws that you ordered with us initially. They're the kind that are really similar to any of the ones you'd find out there. But they're the same size and they look the same. The raw materials and the manufacturing method are completely different. I told you that they're the type of screws that would be used for spaceships. This means that if the screws that came out of this building are different from the special screws that were ordered with us, it'll prove the fact that you stole them. Oh my goodness! And that's also the reason why the building collapsed. I told you this before, but the special screws will support the building when you only order 500,000 of them. But if you use something else, you'll need at least double that amount. This means that if you were using any ordinary screws, you wouldn't have been able to support this building using only 500,000 of them. Does everything make sense to you now? This is enough! You're a disgrace to our company. You stole their products? This is a crime! No! It's not what it sounds like! All I wanted was to get the building back in its original shape! You wanted to make it back in its original shape for the sake of running from your responsibilities. And not to let your reputation go down, right? A guy who commits a crime like you has rotten personalities inside out. No wonder why you had no hesitation bringing others down. Do you realize how much the loss will be now that the building's collapsed? Well, our company ended up taking a huge damage because of this incident. It's not just going to be a matter of the money. You did something that could bring down the trust and reputation of our company. Just because we're a major company, it doesn't mean that our business is guaranteed. We could always collapse starting from the smallest things too. And that's why we can't be acting arrogantly just because we're a major company. We can't even argue back if our company ends up being sued. Sued? No way! I won't be easy on you. I'm suing you no matter what. Hold a second. I can't. The building collapsed. But I wasn't the one who made it collapse! It was your responsibility! Where did it all start? Think about it! I canceled the screws from your company! No! I told you this before, but this is happening because you were being ridiculously demanding and dragging others around! You need to realize why I decided to do what I did! We've been fulfilling your reckless demands so many times, and it was because we're all in for this job. I'm a CEO. I have employees. I can't compromise a single thing. You should realize that this is the real sense of responsibility, and you completely lack it. You were only getting carried away. I'm going to turn you into the police. What? Of course, our precious product was stolen! I didn't steal it! The wrong screws I took were the ones I planned on ordering later! You think that excuse is going to cut it? Don't forget about the damages you'll be liable for that pertains to the building and the company! liable for the damages. My life! I'm so sorry for everything. Mr. Collins, I'll make sure to fix this building, so please give me time! What are you talking about? There's nothing you can do at this point. We'll have to spend on removing the debris from the collapsed building, too. And I'm sure you know how much money and work it'll take to rebuild this building all over again. The loss is far more than you can ever imagine. And there's only one thing I'll do. This isn't about you personally. It pertains to way too many things. No matter how much you scream or cry, it's already too late. There's only one path left for you. You'd better regret what you've done and accept the consequences sincerely. I was suffering too. My days were all about the site, and the responsibility, My heart was always restless. Is it so guilty that I let out my stress a bit? Stop underestimating it. That's what work is. You're not going to make us pity you. What you've done is way beyond tolerable. You'll be taking the appropriate consequences. I'm so sorry. I won't ever do anything bad again. I'll make sure to be nice to the vendors from now on, too. Bad things? You have poor vocabulary. I worked so hard to go to a nice university and work in a major construction company. I can't ruin my life right now. So you're still all about yourself until the end, huh? I probably would have worked with you a lot more often if only you valued the things that you did. Bus Trub Corporation agreed to use our screws from now on, too. I see. So I guess we'll have a lasting business relationship from now on, too. No way! Who would want to work with a criminal? I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Unsurprisingly, Carter was charged with theft and, in addition, fraud for falsifying the screws. What came to light during the subsequent investigation, however, was embezzlement. Apparently, he had pocketed the difference by switching to a cheaper contractor after canceling the original order. He thought it was a small enough amount that no one would notice. Ridiculous. Bus Trub Corporation's damages climbed into the hundreds of millions, and Carter's gross negligence was recognized, leaving him to pay $800,000 of the losses. In the end, he was saddled with both criminal penalties and an outrageous amount of debt. His future looks pretty bleak. Meanwhile, I'm still fully committed to remaining #1 in the screw industry, as always, though I do sneak off to the casino whenever there's a gap in the construction schedule. Trouble Busters!